Well, project management is so important today, like it's always been, because we're living in a project-driven world. Everybody at their job, from an administrator to a CEO and everybody in between, is managing or working on a project. Well, CEOs really don't always say, "How's your project going?" But when they ask you how your business is going and when they look for business results, that's what they're asking. How's your project going? Everything they're doing is working around a project or a portfolio of projects to get their business moving. I just came back last week from an event in Philadelphia with one of our pharmaceutical clients. We had almost 125 clinical data managers in one room participating in our project management simulation countdown, and the energy was incredible. It was so much fun to see very technical people, folks that they manage projects, but they don't necessarily work together on teams. They're working a lot with vendors, and they have a lot of pressure on them. Again, they're working on something that really is going to go to public health, and they really have to adhere to very specific guidelines and specific procedures and processes. So to see them in a session really engaging with each other, working together and talking about those issues that they're facing and working through something that they can take back and use when they work on their next clinical trial, it was really, really fantastic. Well, I always enjoy coming to the first day of a countdown session because you get to see people before they really know what to expect, and they're nervous, they're not sure what the game boards mean, and it's very colorful, it's very bright, and as the day starts, they immediately have to join up with someone else at their table and become a member of a team, so it's really engaging and exciting. I love to see everybody starting to talk right away. It's very different than when you walk into a regular standard classroom where you open your book, you look at some slides, you maybe give an introduction. Here you jump right into a 9-month project and people really start working together and communicating and building that team. It's a lot of fun. Our discovery learning approach and methodology really has hit home with a lot of our clients because we pack so much learning into an engaging format. You can get the equivalent of a 3 to 5 day fundamentals course in a traditional classroom style in one day. So we realize people are busy, project managers especially. They hate to be away from work. So they can come in for one day, they get to engage, they get to participate, they get their hands in it. Again, I always say project managers are doers, so they're planners, they want to get their hands dirty, and the simulation lets them dig right in. It's very realistic. It covers a 9-month time frame in about 5.5 hours. So we're busy, and they love it. It's just been a wonderful thing for me to see clients switch from the traditional textbook learning to something that's more engaging. You know, one of the most popular comments we hear at the end of the day at Countdown is, "Wow, there was a lot of stuff packed into this day." And by stuff, we're talking about tools and templates and processes and PMBOK information so people can start their careers or further their careers in project management and do better at their work. So there's a practicality to our project management simulation as well that really resonates with people. Discovery learning is a very safe environment for people to practice skills that they're going to use every day. Everybody gets a little nervous when they get into something new, and discovery learning really puts you in it very quickly and lets you get comfortable and lets you try things where you won't fail. We want you to be able to take things back and use them successfully at work, so we put our attendees in a nice, safe environment to really work through some real things using real tools that they can take back and use tomorrow at work. I get asked often, well, what do we do after we set the foundations for our folks? We've put our project managers through a business simulation or through a foundational course. What comes next? And that's really something I love to hear because it tells me that training and development and an organization as a whole is looking at how do they get the most out of their training? How do they get people to use it? And it is something that is critical, actually, to people's success in their jobs. And that's what training's all about. So I really encourage that you look for those sustainability programs. They're out there. And getting project managers to learn the deeper dive skills, again, in a virtual environment, that's cost effective, and it really can work. When you get into the brass tactics of harder and deeper skills for project management, like earned value and calculating your schedules and your forward and backward pass. These are all phrases that project managers know. And we really look at how do we get those things after Countdown, and I encourage that you do them virtually, that you do them as a community. Bring those folks back together. And there are sustainability programs that can really do that, and we're happy to talk with you about them here at Paradigm.